Hello, and welcome to the MeWe Awakening panel on animal communication. My name is Susy Parker Goins. I am standing in for Lorelei Shamayo tonight. So if you would please all send out your love and healing to her. She's not feeling her best, and we love her and we want to keep her around. We have events throughout the Northwest and online. Obviously, this is one of the online events. And tonight is a panel. We have 7 practitioners on the panel tonight to answer questions on animal communications. We're not limited to that, but I know these panelists are especially good at that. It's free to be here to listen and learn. There is also a small price to pay if you wish to ask a question of the panel. It's $16 to $24 sliding scale, $10 for BIPOC to help to contribute to restoration. And you can pay by PayPal or Venmo, and Anissa's got an ability to take things through Square. Let's see. We I'll have the practitioners introduce themselves, and everybody will take about 2 to 3 minutes. And let's see, and then we'll go on to answer questions. So again, practitioners are going to take 2 to 3 minutes, and I think I've covered all the bases. Um, let's see. Let's see. I don't know if we have anybody in line yet, but I do want to know. Ines has already shared about the container that this is recorded and posted online. And if you ask a question and we go too deep or talk about topics you don't want to share, please, please let us know. This is about respect and consent, and that's one of the great things I love about these panels. I think. Oh, sometimes you may get a hit intuitively. So if you would please private message somebody, private message them, and we'll keep the focus on the panelists, and then respect whatever that response is. They may be full, and you may just have a learning for yourself, because that's what we're about. Let's see what else. Nope, I think I've done that part. Do I need to do anything else, Anissa? I think
Oh,
we're
I
good.
think you got it. When it gets closer to asking the first question, we'll probably set the container one more time just because people are still coming on in. And yeah, so we can
Cool.
begin introductions.
Okay, cool. Well, let's go. Let's see. Just to entertain me, we'll go in the reverse order that we did from the live. So it would be Laurie, Cynthia, Carolyn, Cindy, Donna, and Denise. So, Laurie, you got 2 to 3 minutes. Have fun.
Hello everyone, and welcome. I'm excited to see what we can do for you guys tonight on this panel. And I'm Laurie from Laurie's Angelic Guidance and Healing, and I do many different modalities. Most of them is Seraphim Angel Blueprint Healing, level 5, Reiki Master, Theta Practitioner, and I'm also an Angel Alchemist. And I deep dive mostly with trauma because that's where most of our stuff begins, is in trauma. So I like to get to the nitty gritty, pull it out, and then help us to move forward. And I also do a lot of things with animals, communication and healing. Anything from just checking out what your pet thinks of you, what's happening for them, to getting along with the people in your family, the other animals in your home. So basically anything with animals, healing, everything. So we really look forward to seeing you tonight and seeing what you bring to the table. Thank you.
Thanks, Laurie. And now Cynthia.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Cynthia Okimoto, and I am a Reiki animal healer. I am based in New York City, where I am a holistic dog trainer, which means that I help families interact better with their pet who is doing destructive behaviors or embarrassing behaviors to the point where they require outside help so that they can keep the pet in the home. Traditionally, I've worked in the space of helping animals that have injuries, medical, emotional, just a couple of sessions generally, and that's the extent of my healing capacities. It's not a reoccurring thing unless you want to learn how to do some clearing techniques on your own. And every now and then I will help bring an animal who has run away or been kidnapped back to their original home with ease and relative safety to all that are involved. And again, Cynthia with New York Dog Nanny.
Thanks, Cynthia. Okay, how about you now, Carolyn?
All right, good evening. It's great to see everybody here this evening. I'm Carolyn Osborne. I'm an energy intuitive. My business is Chiron Energy Medicine, and I work with people and animals both. I do energy medicine healing. I'm a certified Acunet practitioner, animal communication, and a certified medical intuitive. So I'm all about connecting, communicating with your animal, finding out what's going on, and then with the energy medicine, really helping to bring them back into balance, helping clearing out anything that's not good. I especially work in the emotional realm, helping them to clear old traumas, old experiences that they may be experiencing that are causing any number of either illnesses or bad behavior that they may be going on. I also do a lot with helping people and their pets when it's close to transition time. It's great to have that conversation between the pet and the owner to help them understand and to know when it's time to let them go and to have that final conversation with the animal. It's a very supportive process. I'm also about, as I said, helping with people. So it's about helping. Sometimes the animals are mirroring their owner's issues, their owner's stuff. So it's very important to help balance the owner as well as the animal, because the animal will not let go of their issue until their owner has dealt with their issues. So sometimes it's a combination issue. Besides dogs, cats, and birds, I also do a lot with horses. I own a horse, and so I'm really into horses quite a bit. So there's that whole world of horses and riders, etc. So again, Carolyn Osborne, Chiron Energy Medicine, and I'm about cleaning up your energy to clean up your life. And we're really looking forward to your questions tonight. So welcome. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Carolyn. Okay, now Cindy McGonagle, go for it.
Hi, everybody. I am Cindy McGonagle, and many of you know me as a psychic medium, and I am that. Tonight, I am focusing on animal communication. I do actually have a club in Clubhouse called Animal Communicators, and there you get to test your own skills. Here tonight, we're going to ask you to use your own intuition as we, the readers, also prepare to listen to the animals on the other side, animals within your family, and animals you just want to communicate with. I love being a psychic medium, and as a psychic medium, I work on primarily 3 areas: health, relationships, and your home setting. And we also deal with that with your pets. Pets are part of your family, as you know, and they have a dynamic within that family, and they really want you to understand what they're feeling. Our courses were developed not only by myself, but also Pets on the Other Side, who form the foundation of our courses. So if you're interested, check out the chat. Thank you so much. I'm Cindy McGonagle.
Cool. Thank you. And now Dr. Donna, your turn.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. It's really good to have you all here as the holidays are upon us, and we want you to enjoy every moment with your pets and your family. My background is I have a PhD in biology. I have a master's in zoology. I taught medical sciences for many years at university level. I have a Reiki master. I follow Lakota healing traditions, and my work is done primarily with intuition. I do not use any tools. I do lots of energy healing. I may use crystals or colors to facilitate that. But basically, I'm able to send healing energy through my hands as hollow bones from Creator to help the animals. As some of you have heard, a lot of the work that we all do here is trying to mesh the owners with the pets. Sometimes the pets are mirroring what's wrong with the owner, and sometimes the owners are expecting something that the animal's really not ready to let them do. And I just as an example, I had a kitty the other night, and the man was upset that the cat just really didn't want to. He's had her for 6 years. She didn't really want to sit on her lap. And so I talked with her, and she agreed that, she would work on it. And he sent me an email and said, well, she's just sitting here staring at me. So I went back and I talked to her and she said, would you please tell him I will do this on my own time? So, so you have to honor them. They are individuals. And so one of my major goals is helping guardians to understand their pet as individual sentient beings with their own feelings and their own thoughts and their own life paths that they need to complete. So I hope that we can help you tonight with whatever animal things that you'd like to discuss with. So come and join us.
Thanks, Donna. And now Denise Dunleavy, you're up.
Hi, everyone. I'm Denise Dunleavy. I'm an animal communicator, intuitive, and teacher. And my goal is to help people improve their relationships with their pets by delivering messages from them and letting people know what their animals are feeling and thinking. And I also do readings for people. And I am teaching and doing classes, and everyone can communicate with animals. I truly believe this. It was a matter of learning how to do it, practicing and understanding the types of things that come through and the different ways that your intuitive abilities work. So I'm excited to talk to all of your animals tonight and hopefully get to know some of you. And if you do want more information, it's in the chat, but my website is intuitivedenise.com.
Thank you all so much. This is great. Anissa, do we have any questions yet? I'm going to set the container.
We have one question.
Cool. I'm sorry. That was my outside voice. I'm sorry. So, but I do want to, I want to let you all know that I got to look at it. Okay. So like Anissa said, we have one question in line. We have space for more questions. Sliding scale of $16 to $24, $10 for BIPOC. And if you would let us know in the chat who has paid, and then we'll get that all lined up. Anissa is the money goddess today. So we are being recorded, and this will be posted online. MeWe has a YouTube channel where these are all posted online. If you do not wish to have your face on, then please go dark, and that's great. That's perfectly fine. If we go someplace you don't want us to in the course of answering a question, please let us know, whether you need to flap your hands around or, whatever you need to do to get our attention. We we do respect boundaries and consider, where you're coming from and where everybody's coming from. And if you do, in fact, get a hit, because as Denise said, it reflects my own ability, that my own belief that we can all do this. It's what we set our mind to. So it's entirely possible that you will get some sort of intuitive hit. If you would please, we'll keep the focus on the panel. And then if you want to message the person after their question has been answered and ask them if they want to receive that information you give them. And then do please respect their boundaries or honor what their answer is. Let's see, honor whatever it is. And please don't take it personally if they're full. And if they say no, it's okay. This possibly is information coming through to you. Let me see where we're at now. So are we ready to answer? Oh, let me introduce myself. Son of a gun, I did it again. I'm Susy Parker Goins, pretending to be Lorelei Shamayo tonight. We'll see how that goes. But I am a channel and an intuitive healer and a guide. And like Denise said, we can all do this. And that's how I learned it, was listening to these panels. I started talking to my dog finally, and after getting past his "what are you doing" faces, I have been able to communicate with him. I don't have as much experience as our other panelists do. I'm happy to chime in if I get anything. But you can find me at bluelightninghealing.com, and that's where you can find all the things, my contact information, services I provide, and links to my podcast. bluelightninghealing.com, Susy at bluelightninghealing.com. So I think we're good. Is everybody ready to play in the puppy world, or the pet? I'm sorry. Too bad we can't edit that one out. Are we ready?
Yeah, our first person who has a question is Candace. So if Candace is here, I would like to put on their video to ask their question and state their question, or if they want to put it in the chat, whatever they're comfortable with.
Hello, everyone. I am here. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. So I currently have 2 dogs in my home, and I am hoping to connect with the next cat to bring into my home. So this is not an existing pet per se, but I was wondering if I would be better suited to call one to me so that I could better connect with it before bringing it home, or if there is already a feline headed my direction, I guess would be the best way to put it.
I still can't get that unmute mute status. Thanks for the question, Candace. Let's give our practitioners an opportunity to think on that and to connect. Yeah, I'm really close to the situation, so I'm going to wait very patiently. There, Laurie's got a hit, so yeah, go for it, Laurie.
Okay, as you were talking, Candace, I saw a little being come to you, and it's playful and it's a lot of fun and there's a lot of energy with him. You need to pick him. He'll come to you. You start looking wherever you look, whether it's online or in person.
Okay.
And you need to talk to it. Like that's how I usually pick my animals as well, is I just present myself, and whichever one comes to me and you go to them, you feel that energy between the two of you. And I think you'll find her. I think it's a her.
Okay.
And I think you'll find them.
Yeah. Fabulous. I appreciate that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thanks, Laurie. And now Dr. Donna. Unmute. I'm glad it's not just me.
You're muted, Donna.
Here I am.
There we go. Well done.
Okay. Okay. I agree with Laurie. This little kitty's coming. It's a female. Her name is Princess, and she will
That's
find
wonderful.
you. But my concern is, or not concern, but just a hint to you, is that you really need to sit down with your 2 dogs, explain to them what's going to happen, why you want to add to the family, what the dynamics will be, what you expect of them with a little sister coming in, and what you hope to be, what your intention is for increasing the size of the family. It's really important that they understand this. You just don't come plopping home and say, oh, look at this, this is how we're going to run the things from now on. Not necessarily to ask their permission, but to explain to them and ask them to cooperate and to give your intention of why you're doing this to them. So yeah, she's coming pretty soon. I don't know when you were thinking, but I'm seeing a Christmas bell.
That would be awesome. I've been looking, I don't want to say casually, but I've been checking with shelters and different online places, and I could tell that it was time for another cat in the house. Unfortunately, one of my dogs has lived with cats before, so I hope that'll be a smoother transition for the older pup in the home. But yeah, I'm open as soon as the little girl is ready. So thank you.
Thanks, Dr. Donna. Okay, I've got Cynthia, then Denise, and then Carolyn.
Sure. Hi, Candace.
Hello.
Oh, did I just mute you?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. I meant to mute me. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'll start over. Hi again, Candace. This will be pretty brief. I got very similar messages to what already came up. I really heard that it's important to practice your communication skills with all of your animals. Okay. So while you might be bringing in this cat and this cat might be bringing in you, you can also ask the other animals that live in your home to contribute to the conversation, so that when your animal finally does get there, there's already been pre-communication established. And it's really going to be a great opportunity for you to hold space for continuous conversations that you're going to have with all of your pets. So it's not just a one-on one with 3 separate animals. It's
Okay.
like everyone's talking to everyone else, and that's just going to be the new tone that you're going to be setting with all of your pets in your home.
I really appreciate that. This is the first time I have approached bringing a new animal into the house in this manner. So yeah, communicating with animals directly, this is relatively new for me, though I've done work communicating with, I don't know, I guess you could say the other side with humans, but animals, this is my first foray. So I really appreciate the tip to involve everyone.
Yeah, you're doing a great job, and keep it up.
Thank you.
Yay, cool. Thanks, Cynthia. Okay, Denise, you're up.
So I just wanted to say, I definitely saw a little girl coming through as well. She's very spunky. She says, I know how to handle these dogs. And she's excited to be there. And I just want to mention, I was seeing a little tortie cat, like black and brown. And I just want to throw that out there. That doesn't necessarily mean that is absolute fact, but I recommend when you go to shelters or if you look at pictures online, just tune in to the animal and see how you feel. I think you'll get messages by seeing pictures or by meeting the animal. So I do think you're going to have to seek it out, but I think that intuitively you will know because she's also looking for you.
Fabulous. Thank you so much.
I didn't. Okay, awesome. Okay, Carolyn, and then Cindy. Excellent.
Okay, Candace, I'm gonna.
I did again. I'm sorry, Carolyn.
I was gonna say, I knew I unmuted it.
I know you did.
Anyway, yes, you're gonna have a little girl coming in, and I'm getting the sense that you guys have spent time before, so you will recognize her. So look for a soul and an energy that is familiar to you.
Oh, wonderful.
Because I think it's someone that, or it's a soul that you connected with before in other lifetimes. So you will know that. Also, just to help with the integrating, visualize to your dogs around that, about a cat, bring in a cat, bring out a cat bed, and get some things happening in the house now so that they start to see this and know that there's going to be something there. And the more you can visualize that, as well as talking to them, then they understand, okay, this is what this is, that we've got this coming. And just, give them a little time and space to integrate, because, it does take a little time. It's like bringing in a new baby into the family, there's always that adjustment phase. So you just want to respect them and honor them. So that's
Definitely.
it. Have a great time.
Thank you so much.
Well done. Thanks, Carolyn. And now Cindy.
Hi, Candace. All right. So I heard a couple of different things, and so I'll just tell you what I heard.
Okay.
Both dogs definitely want to help pick the cat.
Okay.
And the way that they were showing me is, do you have an iPad?
I have a tablet, yeah.
Okay. When you go to the shelter and when you start looking at the cats, they want to see the cats and help you select one.
Oh, okay.
They want a visual cue on what you're thinking, what you're feeling, and what you're knowing. I saw a calico colored cat, and I got that it was male. So when I tuned into source for you, I asked, would it be better if you have just a cat, a single cat, or 2 cats? And I got 2 cats. That way the cats can interact together and not feel like, the young girl that is definitely going to be part of your family is going to just be the only cat. She'll have a partner as well. So I hope that helps you.
Thank you.
Hey, cool. Honestly, Candace, I don't have any hits. Every time one of them spoke about talking with the cats and setting it up with them, I can reiterate that the info they got was the same I got. Doesn't mean it's any. Yeah, go for it, honey.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Like I said, I've been looking, I wouldn't say casually. I actually fell in love with a face that I saw online. And unfortunately, that particular animal has already been relocated to a different home. So I am still looking. And when that particular cat did not work out was when I ran across the ad for this event. And I thought, well, maybe instead of just going out and saying that one, maybe I will see if I can call the animal to me so we can have a better match to start with. So thank you everybody for all of your information. I'm very excited.
Well, it looks like Dr. Donna's got something to add.
Oh, okay.
Do you have a wooden back porch or stoop?
Yes.
Okay, I know everybody's talking about going to the pound, but what Laurie said about the cat coming to you, I'm seeing the cat coming onto your back porch. I'm seeing a wooden back porch. So I would just kind of look out there once in a while. That's what I'm seeing.
Okay, I will do that. Thank you.
Cool. Okay, so it looks like we have Jennifer coming up next. Jennifer, if you would, sorry, thank you everyone. Thank you for your question, Candace. And I know Anissa has been very good to post how to pay for questions and the price there. But if I understand right, we have Jennifer coming up next. Is that our next question?
Is it any Jennifer or a specific Jennifer?
It's Jennifer Crawford.
Oh, sorry, timer. So
Jennifer
Jennifer,
Crawford, who paid via PayPal.
are you?
Okay.
Did
Can you
Jennifer
hear
just
me?
speak? Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes. There you are. Yeah, you're sounding kind of draggy, so maybe I know.
Sorry. Hang on a second.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. Is that any better?
Awesome. Yes, that's brilliant. That's brilliant.
Okay,
So,
sorry.
do you want to be spotlighted up here, or how do you want to do that?
I'm not sure if it's gonna do it or not. I
Oh, you're
tried to
breaking
turn
up again. Okay. All right.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead and ask your question then, please. We'll make this work. Cool. Thanks.
I was just curious about two of my dogs, well, three of my dogs that passed. If there was, I'm not sure how to ask it. If there's anything that they wanted to say, because it was really hard on me.
So you're looking for messages from they all passed in 2019?
2020.
Oh, okay. Okay. So I can understand that is, that would be hard on you.
Can you give her their names?
There's Tala, and I actually heard her get hit by a car, so that really I really blame myself for that one, because I was getting ready to go give her a bath, and I just had her sitting outside, and I feel like, she went across the road looking for me, and if I would have just, opened the door, then she'd still be alive.
Okay.
But there's Tala, and then Angus and Lakota.
Okay. What I'm seeing is that they're all okay. There is no blame from Tala. She's not blaming you at all. She's like, I wasn't looking. And so she doesn't want you to feel personally responsible for it because you weren't. She thought it was a game and it didn't turn out right. I feel also that she's going to come back to you in form of another pet, another animal at some point, but she's actually really sorry that happened. She didn't mean to put you through grief. And if any of the other practitioners are happy to jump in, we can move forward. So thanks for your question, Jennifer. I appreciate you opening up to us about that.
Yeah.
Anybody have any? Good. Okay. Anyone else tuning in to get anything? We've got 3 animals, 3 dogs. Okay. Let's see. So, does anybody need to know what the Oh, good. Thanks, Denise. Go ahead.
I can say a few things while while everyone else is checking. The first thing that came through was that they're all together. They're on the other side, and they've found each other, and they want you to know that to bring you some peace, that they're not alone. And Tala also told me she wasn't looking for you. So she doesn't want you to feel guilty about that. She's telling me that she knew where you were. So there was something else that she was following or looking for. And Angus gave me like a high five. I saw him. He is very playful, but also he wants you to know that you're doing well. He wants to support you and send you messages of saying that he can see you, and he just wants you to keep doing what you're doing.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Okay. Thanks, Denise. Cindy McGonagle, you've got something to say. Go ahead, please.
Okay, hi, Jennifer. So the first dog that shows up to talk to me is Lakota. And Lakota says, I miss your laugh. Please play some jokes on YouTube. And when you do, I'll be beside you so I can enjoy you when you laugh. Now, did you used to do that or play, say jokes or laugh a lot with
Yeah.
Lakota?
Yeah.
Okay. And then Angus comes in and says, I feel so much better now that I'm out of pain. So was that dog in a lot of pain?
I think he had heartworms really bad. So I'm not sure if that was causing him pain, but I mean, he was old. So I mean, he had quite, getting up and stuff. So.
And then Tala says, I was in shock, when it happened, but I'm fine and I'm always with you, no matter what. Love is forever. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I hope that helped you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Cindy. Anyone else? Because no, I'm not getting it. Oh, there's Dr. Donna. Thank you.
Hi, Jennifer. I'm so sorry for your loss. I know it leaves a big hole when their physical bodies are gone. What came through immediately was Lakota. And he's kind of saying to me that he's the chief messenger for the three of them. He's, I don't know, I guess you call him the CEO of the company over there, but he's the chief messenger. And so this is the message that they want you to know, that they chose to all leave and they're all together. And the reason that they went together is because they needed to be as a group doing spirit work or spiritual work. That is, that they're working better together on the other side and creating more higher energy vibrations, good healing and energy vibrations from there than they could do in the physical here. Primarily, they're helping you, but also they want you to know that they are looking after all of your family. And they want you to tell the other members of the family that they are around them and through them and above them, below them, twisting around their legs. They're constantly with all of you. So the main message is that they're joining forces. They're taking care of you from the other side in ways stronger and better than they could just in the physical. So they're hoping that you will proceed on your own life path and ask them for help, because they are with you at every moment and they can definitely offer you healing and love and support and companionship from over there. I hope that helps.
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Donna. Okay, I'd like to remind everyone that we're keeping the focus on the panel before Carolyn speaks. So if you have any information you'd like to convey to the person asking the question, please wait until we're done with the question and then direct message them. Thanks. Okay, so Carolyn now.
Yes. Again, sorry for your loss. I know how hard that is, but I agree with what the other ladies are saying. They are working as a team. They are definitely working as a team, and they are really there to help you raise your frequency, raise your energy, and to help with teaching for you, as well as your family, and supporting that as well. So listen and tune into them. They have a lot to offer you. They are, it's like a whole different level, a whole different plane of knowledge and consciousness here. So open up to that and see what they bring to the table for you, because they really want to help you raise your frequency, raise your energy up to the next level. And again, they're sorry for all the sadness that you're feeling, but they are like, you know, we are here, we have not gone, and we're all about helping you. So that's what I got. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Carolyn. Oh, Laurie's got something too. Excellent. Thanks, Laurie.
Hey, I just want to add a little bit. I agree with everyone else that spoke. The thing that keeps coming through for me is they're there to guide you. Ask them for guidance. Talk to them. They tap into them. Talk to them. They have so much to teach you. And like Carolyn said, they want to raise you to that next vibration. They want to guide you. Part of it. So,
Okay,
Thank you.
cool.
I definitely need help at times.
Yeah, take time to sit with them, you know, call them forward in their, apparently there's a favorite spot you would sit and call them forward and just let them come. And it feels like they want to love on you as much because they understand this was tough to happen in 2020 of all years. So yeah, that's good. Okay. So thank you again for your question, Jennifer. Next, we're going to ask if Mary is ready to ask her question. Mary McGrath.
Yeah, hi, can you hear me?
Yes. Would you like to turn on your video so we can put you up on Spotlight, or how do you want to
How
do that?
about no? I'm in my
No worries.
pajamas.
Oh, honey. Don't worry about that. You're fine. But okay, so go ahead, please ask your question.
I am asking about two dogs that passed within a week of each other, and it was sudden and just tore my heart out. The first was Greta and the second was Ulysses, who we called Yule. And I feel like Yule was probably kind of shocked, and I'd just like to know that they're okay. I'd like to know if they visit. And I've got two cats instead after they passed. I just couldn't bring myself to buy a dog. Not that I don't love cats as much. I do. They're just awesome. I've had very old, wonderful cats. But this one of the cats reminds me of one of the dogs and doesn't act like a cat at all. So I was just wondering if he came back. So
Thanks for your question, Mary. My experience with reincarnation is that beings or souls aren't limited to a body. So trust what you get, and they are definitely there with you. And you know, any of our lovely panelists have something to add to that. There we go. So we'll give them a chance to sit and tune
Sure.
into them. Yeah, but yeah, I feel like that they are. Oh, there we go. Thanks, Donna. Go for it.
I just wanted to know if their names.
Greta and Ulysses.
And about how old were they when they crossed?
11. And it was not natural causes.
can't find me on here. Okay, so it looks like Donna's still considering. Go ahead, Cynthia, if you would please.
Yeah, hi. So again, I'm so sorry to hear about your loss. I wasn't getting anything directly from either one of the dogs. There's definitely no resentments or any negative energies or anything like that that need to be communicated at all. But I was getting from one of the cats, the one that you think could possibly be one of the dogs. I wasn't getting that it was a hit, but that the energy that was similar or is similar between the two, that's more of the energy that is spirit is asking to bring forward into your life. So whether that's play and humor, like allow that to come through with this animal, but also to what are the other ways in your life that you can add that characteristic that came through. So when there's patterns and themes of personality types that are coming through, those are sometimes the lessons and the gifts that our animals are bringing to us. So I don't know what the similarities were or the similarity is, but just look at it as a gift and a thing that's here to really help evolve and enhance your journey here.
Thank you.
Cool. Thank you, Cynthia. Hey, Laurie, it's up to you now.
Hello. So what I got is not to worry about how they passed to the past, and I'm very sorry for your loss. I too lost one in May. I know what it's like. But they're very, very happy with the cats. They did bring them forward for you. And the one that you say is like your dog, I'm getting it's very high energy. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So like Carolyn sorry, Donna, no, Cynthia, sorry. You just spoke and you just said that they may not be a reincarnation, but they definitely picked the personalities. That's what I'll say to you. They brought them forth. They knew you needed a change. For whatever reason, you needed cats this time, maybe because it was such a loss. But yeah, no, they're very much a part of the cats, of bringing them forward. And the one is very similar to one of the dogs because they did bring them forward for you. They knew what kind of personalities to pick you.
Well, it's interesting that you both said that because I think they're both very similar, one for each dog, but one cat was alive before the other one, before Greta died. So it can't be Greta, but the personality types are there. It definitely is.
So your other dog had a hand in it, maybe knowing that the other one was going to go. It's hard to say.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I just wanted to come forth and say that, Mary. Thank you. Sorry for your loss again.
Thank you.
Thank you, Laurie. And Cindy, please.
Hi.
Hi.
Hear me?
Okay. It's so hard to lose your beloveds anytime, and then to have both of them so close together, going to the other side. I heard from Bretta, it was my time, and from Yule, I had to go. I couldn't stay without Bretta. And then,
oh my God, that was so true. That is exactly what the vet turned and said to me. You're not making a decision here. He needs to go with Greta.
Yeah. And then the cats go like this. It feels weird with the sadness. And please talk to us about your feelings. We are more sensitive than you think. We are your soul pets, sent to you from your angels to become your teachers. These are familiars from times in Egypt when you worked together. Does that resonate with you?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yeah.
You feel that on your body when I tell you that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I feel it every morning when Mr. Fox wakes me up too. I've known Mr. Fox forever. Yep.
Yeah, I see you, do you know what the Temple of Dendara is in Egypt? It had the ceiling that was carved with all the astrology and all the planets and the cosmos.
No,
That's
but I will
where,
look it up.
That's where I see you with these cats, and they were part of the ceremony. And they helped you, to bring in the energies, to work with the plant medicine. They knew about plant medicine and the incenses and the essential oils. So if you practice with any of those modalities now, they're here to help you.
I
with that.
do. Okay,
I hope that helps.
it did. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Cindy. Okay, Dr. Donna.
Uh-oh, she's on mute.
Yeah, time to unmute, Donna.
Sorry.
Thank you.
I'm so sorry for your loss. Sometimes it just seems so overwhelming when their fuzzy bodies are no longer with us, but trust that they are around you in spirit. I have a message for you from them both, but before I do that, I just wanted to mention to you, besides reincarnation, sometimes animals will share a body. And I had that happen. I had a beautiful dog. She died very tragically. And each of the dogs had their place to eat in the kitchen where their bowl was. And the day after she died and I had her cremated, my other dog who had her bowl on the other side of the kitchen pushed the bowl over to that corner where the dead one had her bowl. He took it over, and the one that pushed the bowl had never clacked her teeth before, and the one that had died always clacked her teeth before I put the bowls down. And so she was doing that. So I knew that my dead dog had been sharing the body just to let me know that she was around. So sometimes it happens when you see the very similar behavior. Doesn't mean they're reincarnated, but they may just be coming in to share the physical body for a little bit, just to comfort you or what. So anyway, what the message for you was that they want you to know that they wanted absolutely to go together. They were very, very close. And they have been together in many lifetimes. They were showing me the Bobbsey twins. Maybe you're too young to know the Bobbsey twins, but they were a pair of girls in old-timey children's books. And they were that close. They were always close. They always, when this time, normally when they came back, they came together to work as a team. And that's what they did this time. And they want you to know that they had a soul contract with you for a certain amount of time, and that you know that you are very well aware of what they did for you in the years that they were with you. And that when their work was completed with you, it was time for them then to cross over. But they said if one of them had to stay behind, the sorrow would have been overwhelming. And so they wanted to go together, be together. And they're continuing their work on the other side, of course, with you. I mean, they're still giving you love and support. And they're asking, my notes are kind of, they want you to know that they're very proud of the spiritual development that you developed while they were with you. They said sometimes they pushed you really hard to move up to the next step, but they are of the ascension that you have made in your spiritual vibration. And so they send you their gratitude for everything that you did for them. They love you deeply, and they're so grateful to have shared this lifetime with you. And they thank you for allowing them to be with you all that time. So I hope that helps. And I'm glad that you have the two kitties to be with you. So.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Donna, and thank you for your question. We've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, we've got like 7 questions in line. We will get to them as best as we can. I know Cynthia will need to leave at 10 o'clock her time, which is just over half an hour at our time. And so practitioners, I'd love the answers, and we all go so deeply. So we can accommodate as many as we can. Please understand, though, if we cannot reach or get to your question tonight, let us know, and we are happy to refund whatever we can or carry it over to another panel. And while we may have all these panels where we have themes, any question is allowed. Thank you for your indulgence. And next we will see if Stevie is ready to answer a question. Stevie, we got you around?
Yeah, sorry, just looking for the mute button.
Oh, yeah, I've had that problem
Oh,
tonight. So, yeah.
I hate that button.
Okay, so please go ahead and ask your question.
So I have had my dog Mowgli since she was a baby. She is more than 14 and a half years old now. She started acting weird last summer, found out she had heart issues in January. Then in June of July of this year, the summer, she started to have a few seizures. Not sure what the seizures were related to. And one night she had like 9 in a row, like within a span of just a couple of hours. So it was quite scary. So it was basically took her to the hospital because of her age. There was nothing to do. So they said, take her home, make her feel well. And I said, basically, can I take her to say bye to my children and I'll come back Monday? And so I did that. But 3 times I did that. I told my kids, say goodbye. I have to do this or whatever. And every time it came, she's feeling better, she's looking better. And I just cannot play God. I find it too difficult. And now for the most part, she is better. She hasn't had any seizures since July. So it's very hard for me to make that decision. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure what my question would be if I know I have a discussion with her to try and do that, but how do I know when it's the right time? How do I know when she's ready? Like I've been kind of pushing this forward, like pushing it and pushing it. And so it seems it's getting harder and harder, so I'm not sure what the exact question should be because I know we can't foresee dates or whatever, but is there something I should look forward to? How do I know when she's telling me she's ready or acceptant or so I can be accepted of it?
Thanks for the question. That is a hard decision there, Stevie. But Laurie and Carolyn are ready to answer. So here we
Awesome.
go.
Thank you.
Hi, Stevie. I think I answered in the chat box there. Yeah, I had this very same thing happen to me. I had a wolf dog and she had hip dysplasia. And what I did is I kept telling her, and you might have to do it more than once, like quite competitively.
Right.
You might have to ask her, let me know when you're ready, because a lot of times they'll hang on for us. They'll push past their pain. They'll make it look like they're doing well and they're really not.
Right.
So I would just keep doing whatever you do to connect with her, whatever your guys' special things are. Hugging on the floor, playing on the floor. Just keep saying to her, you know what? I'm okay. I want you to be okay. And when you're ready, let me know. And usually they will give you a sign. Mine let me know. And we said our goodbyes the night before I took her in. Or actually, she actually died in my home actually the very next day after I told her it was okay. She finally did come to me. She was in enough pain. It was too hard for her. And she had been suffering for quite some time when I look back on it. I wasn't ready to, address it. So what I would say is, yes, just keep watching her body language, watch her when you talk to her, honestly sit and look in her eyes and talk with her. Let her know, yes, you're going to miss her. Yes, it's painful for both of you, but you're willing to let her go because you don't want to see her suffer.
Right, right.
Okay, I hope that helps. And I'm really
sorry.
It's a really hard decision because you never want to make the wrong decision, right? You never want to let them go if they're not ready. But they will definitely let you know, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Laurie. Okay, Carolyn.
I want to agree with Laurie on that. Every animal who I've talked to or, in this situation, they do not hold you responsible. They really appreciate when you step up and help them through the pain, help them through this transition, because sometimes they just can't go on their own. And there's no blame to be had. So feel like you are doing them a favor and doing them a good thing. And again, ask them and let them know, when you're ready, I am ready. And it's okay, because they do need to know that you are okay with it. Once you're okay with it, then they're more willing to say, I'm ready to leave. Because yes, they do hide it and they do they want to protect you, and they don't want to look weak. They don't want to look like they're ready to go. So
Right.
look past. Sometimes, you know, you might have somebody who doesn't know your dog very well, because they see it very clearly when, you know, an animal's like, okay, it's really time,
Yeah.
or it's, you know, ready. But we just don't see it because we see them all the time, and we're looking at every little thing, and it's like, okay, it's a little better today, it's not so good. So get another perspective as well.
Yeah. And I've taken her to the vet a few times just to say, you know, does she seem okay? Does she seem very sick? And they were just like, no, it's, you know, she seems to be doing well. So that's why I can't put,
Well,
it's like when she's not well, I can see, yes, I can make the decision. But when she's doing well, it's like, I can't make a decision when she's well.
well, it's a quality of life issue. If she's eating, if she's moving, and she's, you know, peeing and pooping well, and she's able to get around, and she's doing okay, if there's any pain and she's
Yeah.
handling it, then let her go. If she gets
Yeah.
to the point where she's not eating, she's having
Yeah.
trouble getting up and down, she can't move very well, or you go to touch her and there's that little yelp of pain, you know, all those little signs that something is not at its best.
Right, right.
Those are the signs that you want to start to look for, because very often they can live a lot longer, you know, even though they're not perfect, they're doing okay. And if
Right.
they're happy and they're comfortable, you know, just love on them, be there, support them, and just give them every moment of your time that you can, so that when the
Right.
time comes, you're not going, I wish I should have done this, or I wish I did that, you know.
Mm.
Really spend the time with them. And so when it comes, you're ready to do what's best for them.
Okay.
Thank you
Okay.
very
Sounds
much,
good.
Carolyn.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you very much. Okay, and Denise, please.
You said Mowgli, right? Is the name?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, just wanted to make sure I had that right. She was telling me that last summer she was not ready to go, and I think it's really good for you to honor that you thought it was time, and then she gave you the signs that, no, I'm okay, I'm not ready. So you were able to see that for her, and I feel like she's really tough. She's a fighter, and so she says, I've got some spunk left in me. And I tried to ask her what the sign would be, and what I was seeing was her coming and laying down next to your feet and not wanting to lift her head up. So it's like she's not really making eye contact. She's kind of looking down. And so I do think that she will give you these signs, uh, just like you knew that she wasn't ready to go. I think that you will be able to tell. And someone else had mentioned just looking in her eyes,
Right.
and, you know, being still and quiet with her. I do feel like you kind of were giving her permission to. You've kind of done that by saying
Yeah.
goodbye. And
Yeah.
so, you know, she may need that again, but I feel like that was another sign that she, you know, you kind of gave her this permission, and she was like, nope, not yet.
Okay.
So just, you know, try and honor the messages you are getting.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Denise. Cynthia.
Hi, I wanted to, signs to look for, I saw eye contact, like, and when you sense that, then that will be the time, and you'll know because you'll feel it. And I wanted to ask your permission if it was okay to provide you with some ways that you might be able to support her having a higher quality of life right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool. So thank you for that. I just wanted to ask your permission. So what I was sensing in your home environment is that there's maybe some electromagnetic pollution, maybe coming from like using a lot of internet, or I don't know if you live close to like power lines or anything like that. But I think that maybe getting some stones to help ground out the energy in your space would be really helpful, because your kitty's super sensitive.
Okay.
So that's one thing to do inside the home. One thing that you can do outside of the home, if she's can go outside, is, you know, she can walk around on the dirt and like climb a tree and just kind of get that excess energy dispelled back into earth, right? So it's
Okay.
like you carry around energy, and the point of energy is that it flows, not that it stagnates. So she has to have a place to ground and disperse the energy that's been trapped in her body. So you could get a grounding mat if you live in an apartment building, and you could just look up like grounding mat for pets and get that. And they don't always necessarily climb on it or lay down on it, but just having it there is going to help start moving, the energy. You can sit on it. And I just thought that would be very, very beneficial for her.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
There we go. Everybody shifts around. I'm sorry. I'll whine about that later. So Cindy, yeah. And we do have, it looks like 7 more questions. So yeah, there we
Okay.
go. Thanks.
So I also got the same messages that some of the other practitioners got. Your animal says, I'm not ready to go. I'll send you the message through my eyes, and you'll feel me asking. And the reason I needed to talk to you was this last message, and it goes like this. Can you write the story of us and read it to me? That's the last request from your pet.
Oh, that's so nice.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
I will do that for her
And for you.
and for me. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
That's lovely, Cindy. Thank you.
Yeah.
And thank you for your question, Stevie. Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, you're so very welcome. Okay, next up we have Ayla. Ayla, how do you pronounce your name, please? I wish to get that right. Are you ready to ask your question? And let's see. I will look for you. There you are. Ayla, are you here? A-I-L-A?
Hello, here. I'm with her on the line. Let me put her on my speaker.
Okay. And how do we pronounce your name, please?
My name is Ayla.
Ayla. Hello,
Yeah.
Ayla.
Hi.
Please ask your
So
question.
sorry
Welcome.
about that.
No, we're good. So, welcome and ask away, please.
My question was in regards to a kitty that that arrived on my doorstep. His name is Max. He's an orange tabby, super fluffy, kind of like a Maine Coon, but he just arrived on my doorstep. When I was living on my own, I had another black cat. They eventually got along really well, moved to Texas with my family, and then I think shortly after, I think somebody had taken him because he had a little harness on him, and he came back one day without the harness, and then the next day he was just gone. So he just didn't come back. But he was a homebody. Like he liked to go out every once in a while with the other outdoor kitty, but they never were too far from one another. And I think about him all the time. I wonder if he's okay. I wonder if somebody took him in. I wonder if he's ever going to go back home to just at least to go back to my dad's house because I no longer live in Texas. I came back home to Colorado, and so I just think about him constantly. He was such a sweet boy.
Thank you for your question. Um, I honestly, y'all, I'm not getting anything. Oh, Jiminy. So we'll ask see if our practitioners can tune in and get anything. I kind of feel that he was taken, but I'm trusting what other folks say. And we will, yep. I really don't have any patter for this part. So whenever you all get something, I don't know, does it help would anyone benefit from seeing a picture of the pet? Do you have a picture, Ayla?
I have it on my phone currently. Let's see if
Okay.
I can send it over.
Okay.
See if I can find that. Am I able to send one through the chat?
I don't know. I just said it, and so I would think that Anissa could take it, and I don't know if I've set myself up for failure. Hey, look, I vamped long enough. Does any of the practitioners, do you need to see a picture? No. Okay. Well, that's great because Cindy is, we can save you some grief. So Cindy and then Denise are happy to give you some answers. Thank you.
Okay, so I like this cat, and I love when cats give you attitude a little bit. You know what I mean? Okay, so here's what I heard. I'm with another family and I'm doing great. Not to worry. I'm an independent cat and very self-reliant. So I hope that helps you to feel a little bit better about his situation.
That does. Darn little Max, man. I knew it. Oh.
I hope that helps. Thank you.
Oh.
Okay, you're on mute, Susie.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Hey, Denise.
Are you ready for me? Okay.
Answer away. Yes, please.
All right. So Ayla, this cat, the first thing that came through for me was that he misses you so much. He's got this love for you and the other cat that you were mentioning, and I feel like he really misses you. However, he's telling me that his purpose with your family was done, that he was there to help you through a transition, and also the other cat. I think to be there to help your other cat through this move, and so that he was kind of a partner, and I feel like they were partners in crime, that they were working together. So his purpose was kind of done there, and now I do think he's with another family. He's been taken in, and so he's looking at it as I've completed this one mission, and now he's on another one. So so he did love you and care about you. It still does very much, but it was just time for him to move on.
Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. It resonates so much.
You're on mute again, Susie.
Thank you all so much for being better about me than I am. So Cynthia is on the verge of needing to leave, but we'll see where we're at after this question. Is that okay, Cynthia?
Sounds
Okay.
good.
All right. So there you go. Thank you.
Yeah. So what I got was that, very similar, independent kind of personality cat, big surprise. And that he kind of took it upon himself to go back towards where you previously lived, even though, like, I think it was like back north or something like that. But I was getting that, he was just, it's not personal at all. He was ready for a new adventure. And so he just took matters into his own hands and didn't really think too much about the consequences, because he just, he was just doing what he felt was right. And sometimes that's what, animals do: reason, season, lifetime kind of thing. And yeah, so that you didn't do anything wrong, and it definitely doesn't feel like a kidnapping or a running away. It was just kind of like, well, what's next? So please don't feel bad, and just know that, if and or when you're ready to get another pet, that's absolutely fine too.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Cynthia. Okay, Dr. Donna.
Hi. I want you to know what I was getting, what the other readers were saying, that your kitty came to help you with a transition, and your other kitty too. He actually had that purpose in mind. He stayed, and when he disappeared, he went to his other family. And you said that he came back shortly one night and then he left again. And it was kind of like he just wanted to come back and say to you, hey, I haven't forgotten you. I just coming back to say, I was happy to be with you, but I have another family that needs my help right now. and I have to go to them, and I just want you to know that everything's fine. So he kind of came back to kind of give you like a little pat on the shoulder, like, not to worry, everything's fine. I'm just taking care of this other family now. And so and cats are kind of notorious sometimes for having more than one family that they live with. And I can attest to that totally, because I had a black cat that got hit with a car, and the vet said that, take the leg off, no, that was too expensive. I mean, I was in graduate school at the time, had, all these things. And he said, oh, we can do nothing, and I'll give you Casamine pills. And I said, okay, fine. So for an entire winter, I lifted that cat off of the couch and put him outside to go, and brought him back in, lifted him down to eat. He no sooner got better than he disappeared. And I was walking down the apartment complex, and these people said, oh, how do you like our new kitty? So he definitely had finished whatever chore he had with me and had gone now to his next family. So he does love you. He's around you. They can be, and one of the things that's hard for sometimes for owners to understand, or guardians to understand, is that animals can be in many places at one time. And so he can be with you and support you. And I'm quite sure I'm seeing him looking at you when you're in bed. When you wake up in the morning, I'm seeing these two big eyes staring at you as you're opening your eyes. So he's coming back, in spirit form to be with you. But they're quite facile in being both in the physical and in the spiritual at the same time. So I hope that helps you not to grieve too much, to know that he's happy and healthy, and that he's very grateful, and he wants you to understand that his job was done with you in it. And he also wants you to know that you, with your move to a different state, he said that was necessary. That was absolutely necessary for you to do. And he's so proud of you. So he said, you go, girl. I hope that helps.
Thank you. That resonates very much, because last night, for some reason, that was exactly what was coming to mind. It was him. He was like a teddy bear. He'd always let himself cuddle like a little teddy bear. So last night, I have no idea why, but out of all those times, he was just there and he felt so present. So that's so nice to hear. Thank you.
Oh, good. Thank you so much. I'm glad to know that. So, readers, you have all given really good questions. Carolyn and Laurie, for time reasons, do you have anything new to add to the responses?
I just want to add just briefly that I keep getting the message that it's like he's a teacher, and he's going around and he's going to these different places as he's needed. And like other people have said, and everything else is the same. So that's all.
Okay. Thank you, Carolyn.
That's so funny, because he and my other cat, the one who he was buddies with, are teachers. Like, my black cat is definitely one of my spiritual teachers. And so he's always pushing me to do energy work. So I have no doubt that, of course, he's a teacher. So thank you.
I would just like to add, what kept coming through for me is he's actually like an earth angel. He's here to help people. And that's why he had to go to his other family. He helped you to get to where you needed to be in that transition, and now he's going on to help other people. So I'm happy knowing that he's an earthbounder, like angel.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much, and thank you so much for your question. Next up, okay, so we are at like 10 till 7, and so that's 10 till 10 your time. Cynthia, how are you holding up?
I'm doing okay. I can do one more question and I'll answer if I get anything to share.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much. Okay, so next up we have Jennifer Andrews. Jennifer A., is that you?
That's me. Thank
Brilliant.
you.
Brilliant. Ask away, my dear.
Yeah. So I have a sweet dog named Ellie, and she's just a beautiful, sweet, very cute puppy dog. And I'm a little perplexed because some people she just loves and she makes it very obvious. And then some people she'll get right up on them and she's wagging her tail and everything. And then all of a sudden she'll just snarl at them and bark, bark, bark. Like we'll be in the gardening store. She's happy, happy, happy. And then she does this kind of randomly, I can't quite predict. And I want to ask her what is she sensing and why does she do that? Because now I've gotten to where I have to really be on her, and people say, I say, don't come close to her because it's unpredictable. And it doesn't always happen.
Okay,
and she's a sweetheart.
Yeah, that's a great question. Anybody have any ideas? Oh, good. Thank you, Carolyn. You're up.
Hi, Jennifer.
Hi.
Great question. Great question. She's very sensitive, and she really picks up other people's energies. And if people are, even if they're like just a little off or they're having a weird day, and it's not even something that they're bad or anything like that, but there might be something in their energy that all of a sudden just kind of triggers her a little bit. And she gets very reactive to that because it's like, whoa, what was that? So, do you do any sort of energy healing or anything?
I do. I mean, I do some, therapeutic touch work and.
Okay, because if you can put some protection around her, give her some energetic protection to help support her so that she's not so open, because it's like she's really open.
Yes.
And she's just, and some people's energies are, easier to deal with, and other people's will all of a sudden just, it startles her, I think, and she just reacts. And until she kind of grows up a little and gets a little stronger herself, she's just in reactive phase.
Okay.
But I think she'll be okay. And it's just, that's something you could work with her at and just help her. And she should hopefully grow out of that a little bit.
Excellent. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. And riding along on what Carolyn was saying, I felt that her stomach is where she gets that cue that something is wonky. So if you focus your therapeutic touch technique on her belly area, that might help her shift and calm down.
Okay.
Yeah. And Donna.
I was exactly what the others are saying, that she's picking up on, I would just call it non-positive energy around people, because she's so happy and so go lucky. And so she's really happy with people, and she goes up to somebody expecting that that's how she's going to be with everybody. And all of a sudden she goes, whoa, this isn't what I thought. And so one of the things that what Carolyn was saying was, I would definitely make sure that when you take her out or you have people coming, that you intention that she's completely surrounded by a pink cloud, protective cloud of love and light from Creator, that nothing can penetrate, and that she's perfectly safe that way. So that way she's being protected by your intention for her. The other thing I might suggest, do you know what emotional freedom technique is? Tapping?
Yes.
Okay. I would, there's a number of very good YouTube things that you can do, very short.
Okay.
3 minute, 5 minute. Joan Ranquet has a really good one, RANQUET, for dogs that are afraid of thunder. I think it's maybe all 3 minutes or something, but it's really very easy to do. And what you can just do when you're tapping is say, I know I get fearful sometime, but I'm totally perfectly loved exactly as I am. You know how you go through it like 3 times. And then I know I'm not afraid anymore. I'm not reacting anymore because my mom is with me and I'm safe. So you go through those things, and it really does work. I mean, it's a wonderful technique. So look up Joan Ranquet. She has a great number of them, but just look up the one that's for dogs afraid of thunder. And it's just quick and short and easy. And she's very easy to follow.
Okay.
So,
all right.
helps.
That sounds good.
Right, I'm unmuted. Oh, no, son of a... I'm open. Okay, thanks. Go for it, Cindy.
So just to add to what the other practitioners have already told you, what your dog said to me is, I sense your nervousness and I react to protect you. instinctively. And I don't like to be in a place where everybody wants my attention. And so the suggestion is a little bit of rescue remedy for both of you. Do you know what that is?
Yes, and I have that for her.
And do you take it with her?
No, we don't use it very often.
Try that.
Okay.
And yeah, she's very sensitive and probably would enjoy, a little bit of more peace and quiet rather than being dragged around in front of a lot of people that want to react with her. So hope that helps.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cindy. And now Cynthia. And then Cynthia, when you're done with your answer, if you want to do your closeout, if you're ready, and
Sure.
do the things.
Sure. So my question is, how much physical activity is she getting every day?
She's a truffle dog, so we go out in the woods and out. She gets a lot of exercise. She's very physical.
Okay,
and
great.
She also loves to go to the gardening store. She loves to go to the bank. She would like to tell me where she wants to go. She likes to go to all these little places, and I've trained her that way so that she would be acclimated to this, but the unpredictability has made me feel like I can't do that as much.
Okay. So it sounds like she's getting a lot of like exploratory discovery kind of activities, which is really wonderful. That's a higher level need. But a lower level need might be consistency. So maybe one thing that I recommend that my clients do, I'm a holistic dog trainer, is I have them sniff the do you live in a house or an apartment?
A house.
Like let her sniff throughout the house. And then the perimeter of the property every 24 hours. So that's like them getting to not only guard the home and the property, but also mark their territory with scent to let other predators or prospective predators know where the boundaries are. So that can help bring down anxiety. And the other thing too is she sounds like a very intelligent dog, which is really wonderful. One thing that I do with dogs that are curious, but a lot of times dogs too they're very polite. And if someone wants to engage with them or they're curious, they kind of get a little bit carried away because there's not a routine or a structure around greeting somebody. So what you can do is you can teach her the eyes command, which is, you can use a treat if she's treat motivated and you say, Ellie eyes, and then she looks at you, and then you can say yes, and then you can teach her say hi, if it's okay for her to say hi to a dog or a person. And then when you're teaching her that, you say hi, say hi, say hi, so she associates going to sniff with a greeting, and then you teach her the come command to come back or touch. So it's just kind of like you're controlling, you're managing just a brief greeting so that she doesn't even really have a chance to get startled, because it sounds like she kind of gets caught up in the moment. It's like la di da di da, oh my god, so it's just kind of like she has a routine which is very systematic of, permission from you, going to collect a little bit of information, saying hi, receiving a pet, and then coming back to you within, like a 20-second or 15-second interval. Yeah.
So it would be almost like a work activity for her, which she loves to work.
Yeah.
That would distract her from the personal reaction to the person.
Yeah, it's just kind of like, her public, how she interacts with the public. Yeah.
Okay, that's a really good idea. Thank you.
Okay, and thank you everyone else for participating and listening. I'm sorry if there are people who I was not able to get to and answer questions tonight. Again, I'm Cynthia. I'm a holistic dog trainer, animal and Reiki practitioner based in New York City. I have a special, but it wasn't listed here. So if you're interested, it was $200 off my holistic dog training package, which I can do in person in the city or over Zoom or Skype, something like that. Enjoy the rest of the panel, and thank you so much for participating, everyone.
Thank you so much, Cynthia. I'm so
Thank you,
grateful to
Cynthia.
have you here. Okay, so, okay. Oh, Lori, did you have something to say? Or were you waving goodbye? Okay. Okay. Well, we have Shai next. Then there's Paula, Cindy, and Ashley and Charlene. We will do our level best to get you in. And again, if the time flies by and we're not able to, you can ask for a refund or we can reschedule you to another event. So, Shai, are you here? And am I pronouncing your name right? I'm looking to. And
They're here over the phone.
okay. Oh, hey, Abby. Okay.
I'm going to ask to unmute.
Okay. Okay. And I know I should be able to sit here and say what our next
Hello.
events are. Oh, Shai, thank you so much. Everybody's so good at saving me from having to talk too long. So, welcome,
Great.
and please go ahead and ask your question.
Hi, my name is Shayi. I'm Tlingit Haida and Aishihik, Alaskan Indigenous, also a Buddhist practitioner. And for me, the question is kind of broad, so I'd appreciate, whatever intuitive response members of the panel have to my general question. So I'm curious about how the unique skill sets of members of the panel can benefit and reach all non-human individuals, including like cows, pigs, chickens, mice that are in labs, lizards, snakes, just all creatures, all of them, including non-human animal companions, but not just them. Like there's a lot of creatures that are in human captivity in factory farms and in laboratories for testing and all these things, and horrible, horrendous things happen by the billions all the time, like constantly. It's actually probably countless at this point, where these creatures are getting abused and murdered and sexually abused and tortured by humans. And it's for me, I can energetically and psychically connect with this enormous trauma, and I want to know how we can use techniques like the ones you're trained in to uplift the spirits of those that are currently in captivity and who have been murdered by humans in the past and tortured. And also how this how our spiritual practices and spiritual beings can how do I say, connect more deeply to these animals, and how this relates to veganism and plant-based lifestyle.
That is an incredibly deep question. Thank you so much, Shai, for asking it. My basic belief is that we're all connected in some way, and so as we heal, they heal, and as they heal, we heal. So as we are working and walking this path of more awareness and more consciousness around the impact that we are having on the planet, I feel that that helps to improve it. It's not the only way to improve it. And Cindy and Carolyn and Dr. Donna and Laurie will all chime in on this too. So Cindy, please.
Okay, hi. One of the ways that I recommend people connect is by connecting with the ancestors of the earth. I work with the native elders and spirit. I have a club on Clubhouse, which is an all audio app, and I would love you to come there. On the second Thursday of every month, what we do is we do animal Reiki for the entire planet, for all those animals in captivity, all those who have given their lives for others to eat, all those who are in pain. And so when we sit and do the Reiki, I'm using my singing bowls. I'm calling on the ancestors to step forward and a great medicine wheel. And I'm sure, do you practice the medicine wheel?
You mean the mandala?
Making a medicine wheel with the elders in spirit, where you call the elders forward to be the spokes of the great medicine wheel, and goes out to all the animals on the entire planet. Those who are in the fossils, those that have been on Earth before, and those that are currently on Earth and in captivity or free, that need healing on all levels. Do you practice that?
No, but I think that's beautiful. Thank you for sharing.
That's just one way.
I'd love to learn more.
I'm sure there are other ways, but that's the way that I offer it out, and you're welcome to join us. Do you practice Reiki?
I mean, I wouldn't call it Reiki, but I have my own, energetic practices.
So the one thing I do with the Reiki masters that are listening, I ask them to send the master symbols out remotely to all the animals in need. I start with a bridge of love from their hearts to their pets, and from their pets to the animals in their neighborhoods, to the city where they live, and to the state where they live, and then out across the entire planet. So I hope that helps. Thank you.
Yeah, could somebody post the information where I can access the more information about what you're talking about, your regular meetings in the chat?
Yes, I'll post up my Instagram account and you can go there. Thanks.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you, Cindy. Thank you. Okay, Carolyn.
Okay. The way I work and what I do with my energy medicine, when I am connecting not only with myself and with my animal, but it does radiate out to everything. And I think any sort of energy intuitive work does that. So the more, and if you set the intention for that to help with the balance of that, that will also be sending out that energy. Now, there's also the philosophy that every animal person is coming into this life with a certain path. And very often that is to do what they are doing. It may look like they are suffering to us, but they may have chosen that for whatever reason on their life path to do that. That doesn't mean we can't help them and assist them. So any way that we can send energy out to the animal kingdom to help alleviate them, to help release them, I think is beneficial. So I keep it kind of more general at this point like that, but I think there's a lot that and all the healings that I'm doing, it is helping other things as well. It's not just helping me, it's helping the collective. Hope that helps.
Okay, thank you, Carolyn. Okay, Dr. Donna.
I agree with everything that's been said so far. And I just want to add that the work that we do as animal communicators, that's a kind of a specialty, I guess you would say, that we're engaged in. And we do help on an individual basis. But for all of us, the work that we're doing is actually part of the universal energy vibration of love. And there's no limit to it. So when you talk about animals, also keep in mind that every single thing has a unique vibration. Each individual animal is a unique individual that will never exist again and has been created with what they designed for their life path. But also, all of us who are animal communicators also can communicate with an ant, with a plant, with a crystal, with, like I live in Washington State, I say good morning every single morning to Mount Tahoma, which is Mount Rainier. I mean, these are all, the ocean has its own vibration. So when we tap in to help an individual animal as we do our work, we're really tapping into the universal love, the universal vibration. And each time that we help an individual animal, as Carolyn said, we are adding to, that's all there is out of the whole thing. It's love is eternal. That's all there is. That's all that matters. And so when I do my morning, if I do my morning meditations, they always end with, and please bring calmness, peace, healing to all those that you can. And so I'm calling in all of my guides, all of my angels, Archangel Michael, who is in charge of everything that's fair and truth and joy. So you call in all of those, all of the other spiritual guides that you have, and you send all of that out. So it's what we do here tonight while we're trying to help people with their animals is only a tiny part of the huge universe of love. So do not look at these things in a non-positive light. Everything is as it should be. Not to say that you can't help and step in if you see an animal being abused, or you can help close down a puppy mill, say. I mean, those are things that we can do within the range of our own arms, like a circle around us. That's what we can control. The rest we can only send out love and healing and ask for that everything is balanced, because we cannot fix the whole world like that. It exists, it is, but we can intention that it will be better and raise the vibration by ourselves. So, and so, the old saying, where more than one are gathered, so am I. So within you is that ability. You are the love. You are the universe within yourself and within every cell that's vibrating within you. So I hope that helps a little bit, dear. It's a big topic.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Donna. Okay, Laurie.
Okay. Hi, I don't want to say what everyone else said. So I'll keep it short. I agree very much with a lot of what Cindy said about having a group. I have a group as well online. It's Angel Academy, and quite often we get together as a whole group, and we do send out love to the earth. There's a lot of devastation going on in the world, not just COVID, but disasters and things like that. So a lot of times we'll get together and we send out the energy, and we send it to everything, plants, animals, like Dr. Donna was just saying. So when you send out the vibration of love, it does affect everything, every living thing. So that's something that you can do, is just send out love to the universe. Okay, thank you. I want to repeat myself.
Thank you, Laurie. Okay, and Denise.
I just wanted to add one last thing, along with what everyone else has said, that I believe that by gathering in groups like this, it exponentially increases the amount of healing that we're sending out into the world. And the example I give is, if you meditate by yourself, there's one I guess sense that you might get, but if you meditate in a group, it's like, for me, I can almost feel even more energy collectively. So just by doing what we're doing here today, I feel like by coming together as a group and sending out that healing, that helps as well.
Yeah, very good. Thank you. Thank you so much for your question. I totally agree that the community we're building here goes out and sends out the love and heals everyone. So thank you so much for your awareness and for your question.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate your responses. A lot of my spiritual work is in non-human animal connection and loving kindness meditations, as well as activism. So I really value everything that was said, because the more intention put into the love for all non-human animals and all sentient beings is just so beneficial. I agree. Thank you so much. Gunochi means thank you, and Singit.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. So next up, we've got 4 questions. So we have Paula, Cindy, Ashley, and Charlene. So Paula, are you ready to ask the question and add to the love that we've got going here tonight?
Yes, hi, hello. This is actually who the reading is about, is Jay. That is my little 4-year-old pit bull. And he gets really sensitive with phones, so that's probably why he ran away. I don't know. But anyways, my question is, so I feel like Jay has served such a big purpose in my life. He's taught me how to be more, more responsible, maybe you could say, and just being more sensitive to his people's energy. Like, he's very sensitive. And I guess I just want to know, is there something that I'm missing? Like what does he want to communicate with me that maybe I'm not understanding? Like, I don't have any children, and I feel like in a way he's my child, but I also don't know if that's creating this weird boundary to person to pet dynamic, because he's not a child. He's a dog, and that might sound insensitive, but I don't want to make him feel like he needs to serve this role in my life, and I don't want to put too much pressure on him. And I think that's what oh yeah, and then what is if anything comes up, I know this is a long-winded question, but what is what is my purpose in his life? And that's it.
Okay, thank you, Paula. Initially I'm getting that, animals and humans are destined to be companions for each other. Having him be a replacement for something, he still gives you that unconditional love that you can get from anyone, that you can get from a good, solid relationship. And so he is grateful to have you there, and to have you share lessons with him. Carolyn, yeah, let's go with Carolyn now. Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, Paula. This dog is quite something. He's really, he's very evolved. He's very smart, and he has a lot to share with you. He's here to help you grow and learn and expand your knowledge, your energy, your frequency. But he's also here to be just a dog and to be fun, and for you to, so that you guys can share those experiences of just that bond that one has with that favorite dog that you've got, and really grow. So he's kind of playing both sides of the of this for you. So it's okay, one day you may be just okay, we're just going to be having fun, and we're going to do other, just have fun, and he's going to be my kid, and it's going to be go out and do all those fun things. And then there's those other days where he's really pushing you spiritually, mentally, emotionally to grow and to change and to learn different things. So he wants you to tune into him. He wants you to start talking with him and connecting with him so that he can share with you over his life with you lots of different things. So I would just enjoy the ride, see what he has to offer. That it's going to be, there's no set agenda per se, but he's definitely here to help you and to push you.
Thank you.
Awesome. Okay, Cindy, you're up.
Okay, so this dog is pretty talkative. And so just as Caroline has said, he is a wise teacher for you in this lifetime. And he wants you to practice telepathic communication. I love this attitude thing, okay? Because usually I'm the one saying, you want to practice, not the animal saying to you, he wants you to practice with him. Okay. So the way you do it is it's first thought back. So you send the thought to him, he'll send the thought back to you, okay? And that will be the answer. It's that fast. It does take practice. You got to trust yourself. The other thing that comes forward with this animal He wants you to get more exercise. I love this attitude with him. And he says, I want you to take me to do agility. That way we'll learn to work together as a team.
Okay.
Have you brought that up? Has that
No.
crossed your mind?
No, well, I want to get him I want to get him registered as like maybe like some sort of, not like, I don't know. It's like I'm trying to move, and it's been really difficult to find a place to move that allows a pit bull. It's been like really frustrating. So I'm thinking about getting him registered as an emotional support animal. So with that, I would need to do some sort of training with him, and I'm going to get him registered as a canine good citizen. So I know there's like, I don't know if it's agility you would say, but I know he needs to undergo some sort of training to get those certifications.
Yeah, good citizen is a good place to start, but it's the activity, it's what he wants with you.
Okay.
Agility, you're running side by side the whole time. And it is instant communication on obstacles, okay? And basically, that he wants you to know that he's the alpha in this family as it stands right now. Not pushy, but he's the alpha. So
yeah,
those are the keys. Hope that helps.
okay. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Cindy. Okay, Laurie.
Hi, Cindy. Hi there. Pretty much have the same thing to say as Carolyn and Cindy did, but he's very excited to work with you, and he does really want to work with you. And he would like it if you would talk to him and look in his eyes, and like Cindy had said, you'll get the answers. Okay, he will talk to you. Just go within yourself and see what you get, because it might not always come the way that you think. So it could be a pinch on your body, it can be a thought, it can just come in many different ways. He's really excited to work with you, and he's very happy with you, and he is your fur baby. He is your child.
Thank you.
Come in many different ways, right? But he's been sent to you to be your first child or your only child, whatever it tends to be in the end. And he, like everyone else said, he's so excited to work with you, and he is here to teach you and to pull you out of whatever little box you're in at the moment. It's like you're kind of a little bit restrained at the moment.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's here to help you pull you out of that. I hope that helps.
Yeah, that does. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Laurie. And then we have Dr. Donna and then Denise.
Hi. He's just a lovely, lovely animal. And so, first of all, I agree with what everybody said, that he's came here to help you. And so at the outset, I will say that you created, before you both came back here this time, you created a soul contract that you would be helping each other. But his part of the contract is that, and the old saying, you can't cross a canyon in 2 easy steps. So,
I've never heard that. No.
well, but he's showing to me you standing on the edge of a canyon, and he's saying that he came this lifetime to help you to make that leap. This is your lifetime to grow spiritually, a huge, huge jump up in your vibration. And he's here not to push you off the cliff, but to help you see how you can make that gigantic leap into this new kind of spiritual growth that you haven't had in previous lifetimes. Well, you have had, but not to the extent that you agreed that you would be doing this lifetime. So first thing he said to me is, he showed me, those old pictures of an old fisherman on a ship it's storming, and they have those big yellow slickers on. There used to be a fish company that had that as their emblem. And he's showing me you standing there with this yellow rain hat and rain garb at the helm of it. And he's saying to me, you tell her, steady at the helm, grow into your strength. And so he's really quite stern about that. And then he said that the reason that he hates the phone, he said, is because you are disconnecting from him when you're on the phone. And he said, She needs to leave that phone alone. And he said, you need to, his lessons that he's trying to teach you that are for you, he needs your attention. He needs you to look at him. Put down the phone, talk to him, look at him. He's teaching you. It's much more important than whatever else you think you need to be doing on the phone.
Well,
So
generally
it's really annoying him that you are not paying attention to him. He's saying, look in his face. And the other thing is that he said, you guys need to have what he's calling, to be silly, he's calling them laugh days, quote unquote, laugh days, that all you do is just have fun. You don't do any work. You just enjoy each other, roll, throw balls, walk, jog, go for a hot dog, whatever, but just a fun day, totally without any stress. But anyway, so I agree with what everybody else said, that he's here to help you to grow. He's a teacher, he's smart, and he's very, very determined that you will, he's the alpha. He's determined that you are going to proceed as you need to in this lifetime. So I hope that helps you.
It does. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Dr. Donna. Okay, Denise.
I will just add really quickly that the first word that I got was maturity. So not only that he's teaching you maturity, but he is an old soul. So he is bringing in a lot of knowledge from previous lifetimes. And when you mentioned having trouble finding an apartment, what stuck out to me is that that's one of the lessons. He chose to come back as a pit bull. And I see you working a lot with animals and also teaching other people about being sensitive and people have a lot of prejudice against pit bulls. And so I think that that's part of the work as well that you might be doing.
Okay, that makes sense. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Yeah, my dog is part pitty and he's a big old goober. So yeah, great. Okay, thank you so much for your question, and thank you practitioners for your responses. Next up we have Cindy. Cindy, are you ready to ask your question, my dear? I'm looking. Do you see?
Don't see Cindy in the room any longer, so we might have to skip Cindy, and then I'll be mindful if I see them come back that we return to them.
Okay, thank you so very much. Okay, well then that means next up is Ashley. Are you here, Ashley, to ask your question?
I am.
Oh, brilliant. Cool. All right,
Okay.
Go for it.
Okay. Well, thank you in advance. I know that we're at the end, so I'll try to zoom through it here. So I'm a mental health counselor. I also identify as like an intuitive light worker. I got a puppy, Mildred. She's a little Brussels Griffon. She's about 1.5 years old. Since the beginning, I've had her since the beginning, and she's had some medical conditions. It's been a little bit of a challenge. It's been a rough road. But I think we've got her stabilized now. She's on medication and doing a lot better. She has this high energy. I originally thought she was going to be my little sidekick therapy dog. And granted, she's amazing. She's got incredible energy about her. But she has a lot more energy than I'm used to. So I think she loves people. She's so playful. And I've been thinking about getting her another dog for some time. So I've been looking on Pet Finder, and there was this one that I saw, locked eyes with. I was like, okay, I'm just going to apply. They had a procedure. You apply to meet the dog. And I got notification a couple days later that the adoption was approved and that the dog would be ready to pick up on December 18th. And I was like, oh my goodness, it's all happening so quickly. I'm excited. I'm also a little anxious, and I'm concerned if I'm making the right decision. My intention is to bring home this puppy and give it a home, of course. This little boy, his name's Stitch. He's about her age, and bring him home and have them be happy playmates. And I'm wondering if one, if Stitch is the right one for us, for Mildred, if I'm making the right decision. And then two, also, if Mildred's medical condition, I know these are kind of separate, so if you just want to answer one, that's okay. If the medication we have her on right now is really helping her feel better.
Okay, great question there. Integrating a new dog into the family, yeah, that's always a fun time. So Denise, thanks. Go ahead.
Well, there were a couple things that that came up right away. And one, I think it's a really exciting time for you. Mildred, to me, feels a little kind of all over the place, kind of almost like ADD, like she has trouble focusing. So I'm getting this like frenetic energy. So I think having another animal will be really good for her. I have a good feeling about Stitch because they can keep each other occupied, and I just think it will help her focus a little bit better. And I also want to let you know that when something happens and it's really fast, to me, that always means it's meant to be, because it happens fast, it's easy, it's in flow. If there were a lot of struggles, that would be a sign that it's not moving in the right direction. So I just wanted to point that out because I do have a very good feeling about Stitch.
Excellent. Thank you, Denise. Just a side note, we posted the link for providing us contact information to put you into a drawing for a free 30-minute reading from any of these practitioners tonight. Thanks so much. Go ahead, Cindy.
Okay, hi. All right, I didn't get that. All right, I got something a little bit different. I got that Mildred says, I want a cat. I don't want to be dominated. That's the feeling that I got. And the medication is good. And if you decide on a dog, Mildred wants to know, do you really have enough energy for another puppy?
That's a really good question. Something that I'm not sure about. It's definitely been a lot. I'm more low key. So yeah, we're doing a trial adoption to see if it's going to be a good fit. Yeah. And for me, I mean, I can't imagine giving an animal back. It's just, but also at the same time, I want to make sure it's right for Mildred, because she's the main reason, you know, aside from wanting to give an animal home, that I'm doing this. So
yeah,
definitely something that I'm not sure about.
Because she also wants to know, do you have enough energy for the both of them? That's the real worry inside of her. So I'm glad you're doing a trial. This is a good thing, you know. Can you show Mildred a picture of Stitch, or have you already?
Yes, I've been asking her all week, would you like a little brother? Are you ready for a little brother? And I'm not feeling like she's really tuned in. Maybe it's partially because I'm not as tuned in. I think I need to sit down consciously with her. She does have a little bit of that ADHD energy that she was saying previously. So
you've actually showed Mildred the picture?
I don't think I think I had it up, but I don't think I actually showed her.
Yeah, go ahead. The more you can introduce her to, you know, what this puppy's going to look like, the better off you're going to be. She wants to know a lot more. She wants to, you know that it's going to be good for everybody. Okay. So she's very sensitive. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Cindy.
Okay.
Okay, Carolyn.
Yes, I agree with both of them. The first thing I got about Mildred is grounding, really helping her to ground, so that can help her with that scattered energy and getting her, you know, focused and a little bit clearer. The more you can ground her and help her to, gives her a place to channel that energy out that is just like all over the place. She's still going to have that, but at least the grounding will help her. Bringing in Stitch will also help that a little bit. And to pick up on what Cindy was saying, in your mind, you know, you look at the picture of Stitch. I want you to focus and sit with Mildred and send that picture of Stitch to Mildred so that she can really sense and really kind of give like that 3D movie image of Stitch and what you know about Stitch, so that she can kind of start to interpret that energy of what is going to be happening there and what's coming in. And you can tell her, okay, we're going to try this out. If this doesn't work, you let me know, so that she feels like she has a choice in the matter. You don't want her to just feel like, okay, this has already been decided and I don't have any say in the matter. You know, you want her to understand, so that if she's feeling unsure or not happy, that she can, it's safe for her to express it to you in one way or another. So to keep that in mind. Also, is it just you with the two puppies, or do you have a spouse or somebody else?
I have a partner. Yes.
A partner? Okay. That will also help, you know, just energetically to help handle two puppies, because yes, that's going to be quite a handful.
Yes.
Keeping that, and you're going to have to stay one step ahead of them, and you're going to have to really channel that energy so that, you know, and keep them disciplined and keep them, you know, give them jobs and keep them focused so they know what they're doing, so that it doesn't start like exploding. But I'm sure you will figure that out. So anyway, I hope that helps.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, Dr. Donna and then Laurie.
Okay, so in all of this, my heart's going out to this little dog, Stitch. And I want to know if you ask him, if you have even asked him, does he want to come? Because maybe he doesn't. Maybe you picked him, but maybe he doesn't really want to be with you. I don't know one way or the other, but I'm just asking you to please tune in and ask him, is this okay with you? You know, for an individual person, I will honor whatever you choose, but if you choose not to come, that's okay. But we would love to have you be part of our family. So in as much as you're trying to get Mildred used to him, you need to also like maybe have visited him and shown him Mildred's picture and explain the whole situation to him and explain, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to put you in a car, visualize that. I'm going to bring you to my apartment. This is visualizing that. This is where you're going to live. This is where we, you know, so that he's not just picked up and thrown into your house like, okay, you're here, little buddy, you know, join in the family. So it's got to be a two-way street or a three-way or a four-way or whatever you have in your house, that everybody is on board and they all know what's going to happen ahead of time. And you can do that, you know, very nicely in your head. You picture it, you intention it, and you get everybody to agree. I agree with Carolyn that, I mean, for grounding, if you don't know how to do grounding, I would suggest, I'm not trying to sell any one of us, but any one of us can do an energy healing with her, with Mildred, and get her grounded and bring in lots of good energies, get her chakras cleared and all of those good things, and balancing and putting a pink cloud of protection and love around her so that she does settle down and can grow into that. And it might help her medical problems also if she's grounded and her energy level is smooth. And, you know, so I'm not criticizing you in any way. I'm just saying that, you know, it's a lot of different pieces to this puzzle are coming together all at once very quickly. And especially Christmas time is a very stressful time for everybody, no matter whether you have new pets or not. And so, so I would just take it easy, meditate, smooth yourself out, and enjoy them, because I'm pretty sure they're going to get along and they'll play and that'll be wonderful. But just so that you kind of have your intention set and your plan set as to what you want them to grow into. Okay.
Thank you so much. That resonates so much. You know, I appreciate you saying that. And one of the main concerns I have is for Stitch. I'm, you know, he's coming from Tijuana. They asked to place him in my house immediately. And I asked to this Casa Dog Foundation, hey, is this what's best for Stitch too? I'm a little worried that Mildred's energy might be too high, and I want to make sure I'm doing what's right for Stitch too. So that's definitely been on my mind. I care deeply for both of the animals, and I want to make sure I'm doing right by both of them.
Great,
And
great.
the one thing I would caution you about, I have a friend that adopted, I don't know if it's a Tijuana, but someplace in Mexico, but she's had him 3 years now. And it's taken 3 years for him not to actually be touched. I've gotten a leash on him to walk with him, but he gets up on the bed now. He goes in the car with him now. But the first year he just hid. And it's an animal communicator, so it wasn't like she wasn't well aware.
Okay.
But it was her determination and her intuition and constantly reassuring him that he was in a safe place.
Okay,
So
Donna, it's time to wind it up, please.
yeah, so you don't know what what his background was before you got him, so you need to be very, very patient.
Thank you so much.
Great, thank you so much. And then Laurie's got a contribution, something to say.
I just
Thank
have
you,
a
Donna.
couple little things to add. I was getting for stones. Can you put a little pouch on her collar, on Mildred's collar?
I actually can't put it much around her neck because of her condition.
If not the collar, then that's fine. Put it in her water. I was getting Hematite and Aventurine. The Aventurines for the healing, and the Hematite for the grounding. Okay, put those in her water, and it won't hurt the other dog if you get the other dog. And I also he's very happy. He's going to be very happy with Mildred, and he's going to help her.
Oh, thank you. And what stones did you say in particular?
Hematite and Aventurine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
And the other thing I was getting to is it's good to get Stitch and everything, but Mildred will feel a little put out at first because there's another animal.
Yeah.
So you're going to want to spend time just alone with her at the beginning until she gets used to it. This is the way it's going to be. Just introduce them and everything. Let them do their thing, but take her out and do special things that you did before with her once in a while, just to let her know that you haven't forgot her, you're not replacing her, okay, and that it's inclusive.
Okay, that's so helpful.
Okay, good, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Thank you so much for your question. Let me see. I think we have Charlene next. Y'all, we are really going along at a lovely clip. I appreciate everybody's cooperation and helping each other so much. So, Charlene, are you ready to ask your question?
How are you, ladies? Thank you very much for all your beautiful energy and what you do. Much love, much light. I have had 2 cats and a dog pass in the last year and a half. The dog was very young. The cat's 14 years. I'm going to let you feel whatever you feel. I've also gotten 2 lovebirds and 2 budgies that were both brought to me as kind of, I guess, a rescue. And I have 2 pigeons that have been here for a year and a half and they won't leave. Even with the pigeon netting that has been put up around our balcony, they still come to my mother's window every day.
Okay. And you're looking for messages from these?
Yeah, whatever you're feeling. If you're feeling anything from the birds or if you're feeling anything from my past pets, whatever they tune into, I am open and receptive to.
Okay. So we'll give our practitioners, oh, well, Laurie's on it. So great. Thank you, Laurie.
Hi. When hearing you talk, the first thing that came to me, Charlene, is they're calling you the bird lady. You've been in a previous lifetime, and I'm getting it as quite ancient. You were a bird lady, and so that is revisiting you in this lifetime. And yeah, your other animals are fine. They're happy. They loved you and everything, but for some reason, this is a new chapter for you. And it's the birds and the pigeons are there to help you as well.
Yes, they seem like they're messengers or guidance because I'm going through quite a bit with my mother.
Talk to your birds because they will talk to you, definitely.
Excellent. Yeah, and a really neat thing happened to me the other day with my cat. I took a picture of the sky and the clouds, and my one cat that passed last actually appeared to me in the clouds.
Oh, wonderful. They actually
Yeah.
brought you the birds too.
Pardon me?
They brought you the birds too.
I kind of thought that.
Yeah, yeah. They're like, we're done, but you know what? You have a new thing to do. You have to get back
Excellent.
to your roots, is what they're telling me.
And as for the birds that I have here, like I say, I have the two budgies, which the one has a bad wing and bad toes. They obviously were picked on by other birds or in housed too much together. And I've got the two lovebirds, which are brand new. Are they getting along? Do they like each other?
Yeah, they're still settling, is what I feel. They're still settling in, but they'll be fine. It just takes birds a little bit longer sometimes. When it's
Okay.
new surroundings, right? But no, I'm getting that they'll be all right. They'll be fine.
Good. The male tends to, there's only one boy and three girls, so the male tends to pick on the budgies a little bit.
That's just, a man thing.
Yeah, I kind of figured. But
yeah, showing your dominance.
Yeah, I just wanted to say this is just such beautiful, wonderful energy. I'm also looking to learn how to do the communication, the Reiki healing as well. So I probably will be in contact with you guys real soon again.
Awesome.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Cindy.
All right, so Charlene, as you've already heard from Laurie that you are able to communicate with birds from a past life. When I look at you, you are part of what's called the bird tribes. And so in this lifetime, okay, you come in with the language of the birds, and I'm going to encourage you to learn light language and to speak it to the birds.
Okay.
Do you know what light language is? It's the frequency of your soul being spoken out loud. And you can go on YouTube and listen, or if you're on Clubhouse, there's a lot of people that speak light language. And at first, it sounds like you're speaking tongues, but you're not. You're actually speaking your own soul codes out to the world. But the birds will pick it up. And also, do you ever make prayer feathers? Do you know what that is?
I don't know what that is, but the strange thing is when I walked my dog before, I went into this area and I found a cluster of vulture feathers. And the other time is I walked outside of the apartment building here, and on 2 occasions I found hawk feathers.
Oh.
The feathers that you're most, what I see for you are the woodpecker feathers.
Okay.
And they have great medicine for you when you put them into the prayer feather arrangement. That's usually done on a stick, of cedar or, another, branch that you resonate with the tree wisdom that goes with the feathers. And
Okay.
it's used for honoring and for clearing space, and your birds will work with you on that. So
excellent.
The pigeons also have lots to say. So
I
have
figured they're a
fun.
little chattery.
Thank you.
Thank you very, very much. And it's funny that she said that, because it just came to mind when I was out in Oshawa probably about 3-4 years ago. I couldn't stop finding feathers, and I actually put them together all in a bowl with a candle, just instinctively. I actually have pictures of it, and I used to just light it and just enjoy it for the beauty that was in it. So
And
thank
just
you for that.
one last tip on when you have the feathers. There are little tiny insects called dermestids that get inside feathers, will eat them. So what you need to do is, after you gather the feathers, you put them in a Ziploc bag and put them in the freezer for about 3 days. And
Okay.
that will kill the dermestids.
Excellent. Thank you very much for that.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Cindy. Okay, Dr. Donna.
Yeah. Hi, Charlene.
Hi.
Two or three things here real quickly. I mean, not quickly, but one is that I agree with what everybody said, that you're coming into a new phase in your life where dealing with birds and working with them and listening to them is going to be a big part. I'm getting the word mantra.
Okay.
I'm not sure what that means, but something, I'm not sure, but somehow your mantra or your prayer is going to be totally involved with birds. And I'm being shown right this second, this came up to me. There's an Egyptian bird that's carved in the pyramids. It's I want to say Isis, ISIS. Ibis, yeah. And there's something really important about that. So I would read about it, see if that is kind of maybe a totem for you that that will bring you. I'm getting communication.
Okay.
Settling, mellowing. That okay. Anyway, that's something that's important for you to acknowledge.
Excellent.
The second thing is about the feathers. Many Native American tribes consider that when you come across a feather, every feather that you come across is a prayer that's been laid at your feet. And some of the Native tribes actually have had, or still do, I guess, they actually carved a wooden box with a lid on it, like a rectangular box about that wide and that long, with a lid on it. And every time they got one of those feathers, they put it in there as a, I guess you would call it a prayer vault that they could open up and get the energy from it. So just keep in mind that that feathers are really very sacred. And the last thing is that of all the birds that you have, it is the pigeons that are coming through so strongly. It's that I don't want to say wild, but untamed, strong. They're the ones that are bringing you the strongest messages, and they want you. They're coming. They really are very insistent on being around you because not so much that they need to build a nest or something, but they actually have a message for you. So I don't know if you can sit out on your balcony and listen to them, or if you want to just acknowledge that they're there for you. Tell them that you're grateful for any help that they have for you, or any strength that they're giving you, or any messages. But of all the birds that you mentioned, those are the ones I'm just seeing, like really total strength, just native strength, native ability to be and survive. So anyway, okay, so good luck on your new path.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Cindy has told me that she's got to leave in about 10 minutes. So Denise and then Carolyn, and we'll start heading towards our closure. And I'm so grateful for everyone being here.
I'm so thankful for you guys. I'm so grateful for connecting with you ladies tonight. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. So, okay, Denise, go for it.
Well, I'm excited that we connected with you too, Charlene, because at first, as soon as you started talking, I could feel your energy. And I'm not at all surprised that the birds are attracted to you. And I agree with Donna about the pigeons. What they're telling me is we don't need you. She can talk to us herself. Like they're telling me that they're already communicating with you. So, yeah, so I'm not getting specific messages. That is the message. So, I fully encourage you to keep practicing that. And I do think you're already communicating with them. Maybe you don't even realize it. I also wanted to mention overall looking at birds as the symbols and what they might mean to you. And I pulled a card, and what I got was spiritually resourceful. And so I'm getting like maybe oracle cards with birds or something like that. I think that all the different ways that you can look at it, they will have meaning for you.
Okay. Excellent. Thank you very
You're
much.
welcome.
Awesome. Thank you, Denise. Okay, Carolyn.
Okay, just to wrap this up, everything's been said for the most part, but I kept getting look up animal pigeon symbology, bird symbology. They have a lot of, like bird totem, all these different animal birds. They have specific energies and communications, and you can learn so much about what each of these birds is bringing to you and how it can help you. So you can just Google that online. There's books, there's, all these things out there, and it will just open you up and get you better connected with the birds even more. So that's it. Everything else they've already said.
Thank you very much, ladies. You're all awesome. Much love and light to you all, and I look forward to communicating with you guys again in the future.
Thank you. Thank you so much,
Very
Charlene.
much blessings.
I appreciate everyone's love and grace here as you've helped me break in and not be as dreadfully uncomfortable about doing this. I do encourage you to go look up on Facebook at MeWe Online Fairs to find out other events that we've got going. And the events, I don't know what the website is. And you know what? I always go to Join MeWe Online to find out what the next events are. I encourage you all to go there. We have a link in the, thank you. Oh, and a recording of today's event is going to be uploaded to YouTube. I encourage you to sign up on our feedback form, giving us your name and information and feedback about how we're doing tonight, and also be entered into a drawing to have a session with any of us here. We're going to start with our closeouts, and I'm going to have Cindy go first because she's the one who's got a time requirement. And then we'll do Laurie and Donna, Denise, and Carolyn. And thank you again, Anissa, for being so patient with me and being fabulous. Okay, so go for it, Cindy.
Okay, hi, I'm Cindy McGonagle, and as you know, I'm an animal communicator and psychic medium. I actually live in the desert area just outside of Palm Springs, where I actually work as a volunteer in an animal shelter where I go in. And the reason I'm telling you this story is so that when you gain the skills of animal communication, there's a big world out there where you're needed. And to follow your heart is the greatest way to dive into your passions. When I read for you, I look at hidden talents and abilities that you bring in through this lifetime. I look at your palms. I look at oracle cards, and I look at my intuition and my clairvoyance. As an animal communicator, I'm here to help you to learn the skills that we all have going forward so that you too can communicate directly with your pet, have a greater understanding that animals really are our teachers in this lifetime. They have a big voice and they have a lot of wisdom to share. So if this resonates with you, you can find me on Instagram in the chat. I'm at cindymcgonagle.com online. I have a YouTube channel and I'm in Clubhouse. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure working with all of you tonight on the panel, as always, and great blessings to all of you. Thank you and good night.
Good night, Cindy. Thank you. And of course, I have totally brain cramped on who I asked to go next. So whoever wants to jump in, everybody's frame shift. So, who would like to jump in? Denise, Laurie, Donna, or Carolyn? Denise is going, yay, thank you.
You said my name first, so so that's what I heard. But I am Denise Dunleavy. You can find me at intuitivedenise.com. And I specialize in animal communication readings. I also do readings for people. And in my readings, I like to give people practical things that you can do going forward and working with your animals, like everyone on the panel does. And I really just want to be able to give animals a voice. They're always talking to us. They just don't use words like we do. So thank you for joining us. I'm so excited that we had the chance and that you let us into your pets' lives, and hope to hear from you soon. Thanks.
Great. Thank you, Denise. Okay, Donna, Carolyn, or Laurie, who's up?
Okay, I'll jump in.
Thank
I'm
you.
Laurie from Laurie's Angelic Guidance and Intuitive Healing. And yeah, I like to help people with their animals, especially people. They're like our babies, right? And they can't communicate as much with us as kids can. So I like to just give them a voice as well, like everyone else on the panel, and try to dive deep into their being and their soul and see what they're doing. what's going on for them. And a lot of times too, when there's something wrong with our animals physically, it's an emotion. And once we clear those emotions, then a lot of times, well, whatever's wrong with them, gets better. So that's what I kind of like to do. So I welcome everyone to come to my Facebook group, Laurie's Angelic Guidance, our Healing and Intuitive Guidance, intuitive, sorry, screwed up there. Anyway, and as well, I have a narcissist group on healing from trauma from narcissist wounds. And I'm on Instagram, Laurie Psychic Healer. Thank you very much, guys, for coming.
Do you have a website, Laurie?
No, I don't, not yet.
Oh, okay. But now your information is posted in the chat, so anybody can copy that, save the chat for later, and get your contact info. Great, thank you. Okay, who did I say next? Donna? I don't know.
Thanks, everybody. It was a wonderful evening, and I really enjoyed hearing from all of you. My name is Dr. Donna Sauer. I'm an animal energy healer and animal communicator. I'm also a medium for animals that have crossed over. My website is Dr. Donna, Donna.com. And my email address is dr.dlsauer@gmail.com. So contact me if you'd like some more information or some help with your animal. Be glad to help you. And again, have wonderful holidays and enjoy your all the lovely animals that you have with you. Good
Thank you,
night.
Dr. Donna. Good night. Again, I recommend everybody save the chat because many of the practitioners will have a special that will apply to people who attend these events. And okay, yeah, and their website and contact information. So now, Carolyn, thank you for your patience. Take it away.
Okay, I'm Carolyn Osborne, Energy Intuitive, and my website right above my head here is chironenergymedicine.com. You can get all my information there. You can set up a free 20-minute consultation, and I'm having a 20% discount, which will be in the chat thing of any of my services there. So I do energy medicine healing for animals and for people, both, and animal communication. And I'm also certified medical intuitive for animal and people. So again, just helping all those different areas of whatever you might need for your animal or for yourself to help you bring you back in balance, physically, emotionally, mentally, or spiritually. And I'm all about cleaning up your energy to clean up your life. So contact me if you have any questions. And thank you so much for this wonderful event today, and happy holidays to everybody.
Yay. Thank you, Carolyn. And my name is Susy Parker Goins of Blue Lightning Healing. I am a channel, an energy healer, and a guide. We look at past lives. We can see how the connection is. And like all of the practitioners here, I help you to clear out those blockages that are keeping you from your heartfelt life. You can go to bluelightninghealing.com and where you can get all the things, contact information, which is Susy at bluelightninghealing.com. You can also find links to my podcast, make appointments. I've got a special here, 20% off for folks who use 60 MeWe 20. And I am so grateful to have this opportunity. Lorelei, I hope that you get better faster. And I love you all. And thank you again, Anissa. You have been a marvelous woman to work with. So until next time, y'all, blessings. And then if